120 Northcorp Boulevard in Broadmeadows. I'm here with the SAR team. My name is Garren, project manager. Been looking after the job with Arvin and Jerome. Started it late last year where we brought Arvin and Jerome onto the job to manage it. Commercially, I've been managing it in the office as well as maintaining the relationship with clients on site and ensuring that we hit stages. Obviously, I had a lot of concern around environmental. A lot of eyes have been looking at the project from external parties. We've had a good relationship with our stakeholders in Alex Fraser's and Northstar. Keeping that infrastructure and logistics going, I've obviously had to appoint Jerome, where he's managed it really well on site. He's obviously kept that relationship nice and strong and allowed Northstar and Alex Fraser's to operate at 100% capacity. Some of the concerns obviously around OH&S. This is a very busy site.
Up to 12 large machines here at any point, averaged out probably 8 big machines. The structure that was behind us here was full, 30 metres high, full of racking. I took a high reach with a shear to cut all the racking out. Once the racking was all removed, we had to get in there, pre-cut all the middle legs, cut the external legs with the machines, basically pull it over and push it over with the machines, and then get in there and cut it all up again and load it out.
A lot of steel, as Arvin was saying. How did you go with the trucks and Northstar through that process? Was it?
Obviously had a huge amount of steel and concrete come off site. To date had about roughly 70,000 tonne of concrete. Steel load.
That's where the money is at? About
10,000.
Oh really? Okay,
yeah,
so with the steel, obviously when the shed came down, our pallet racking was almost like a bonus for us. With Northstar, was the expectation to manage section by section, or did we stockpile it with Arvin and then you had to orientate those trucks to those stockpiles? How did that look?
We'll obviously process it here to a certain point and then stockpile it. We manage trucks. At our peak we had about 6-7 Northstar trucks running concurrently with about 10-12 concrete heavy trucks. While the site changes, we've had to adjust our TMP, a lot of dust suppression.
Yeah, so busy basically.
Very busy.
We kept main roads in. We had sprinklers set up strategically to just be able to turn them on. Less manpower, work very efficiently, and then it's safer because you haven't got blokes where trucks are traversing, you've got machines. It's an ever-changing site, so one day we'd be loading steel out of an area, tomorrow we could be over there, just depending on how the stockpiles work. But the dust suppression, enormous site like this needed a lot of water.
You look at it now and you think, well, there's not much to see because it's all dirt and rubble, but before there was obviously a lot of structure in place. So those TMPs that you're talking about, where you obviously have to change them as you go, did the plan from start to finish change at all, or did you stick to the main core?
The main road in always remained the same, but once we got at the back here, it was changing. We do our pre-starts. The operators knew the track we were using for the day. Everyone was on the same channel, including all trucks. So as they come onto site, we would call them on the radio and let them know what tracks we were using.
And all going and communications happening to the site shed.
Correct. Cool. Communication here between operators, truck drivers and management team was fantastic.
Obviously a lot of maintenance on the machines, like as you can see, a lot of concrete has come out of it. Do you want to elaborate maybe a little bit on how hard it really was?
Yeah, very robust structures. The steel was massive. The concrete supporting those big structures was phenomenal. You're talking a metre thick slab, the pads for the columns and then the piles underneath, and just the steel, the size of the Rio. It took us toll a little bit on the machines. It really did punish the machines, but we had to work them hard to get it done.
I can imagine, mate. Well, look, every time I've come out, all I've seen is less and less. So as a PM, obviously that's always a good sign. Jerome, obviously coming on as assistant PM, first project with Mann Group. You know, what's some of the big learnings that you've had? Like,
I've been able to capture the whole process, as in the demolition works, processing on ground, recycling. It's been great.
You guys reach your target dates for the staging. Jerome will come out on site, let me know how your meeting went, what those target dates are, those crucial dates. I'll then sit down with the guys, put them in the right areas to get those areas done. So if we're working on building 3, but a critical area might be building 4, well, I switch more manpower over there and machines just to get that done.
And has that adaptation been quite challenging on site?
Not this site, because it is a large site. Like I said, you've a great team of blokes here. The challenging area was the concrete.
That's it. So basically, the concrete was the hard bit, not actually the top.
Yeah, managing the men, it was good. Communication between Logos, yourselves down to me, fantastic. You gave me, a week's notice of what we had had to do. So then I'd shift the guys, shift the machines, and get that happening.
It's been a long journey. Sometimes it can get a little bit difficult just hammering all day, every day for 10 hours straight, 6 days a week. How have you kept these guys motivated? That should have been a massive challenge. What's that look like?
A Saturday barbecue.
Oh, is that it?
I'm the cook here. On a Friday, I'll go get the meat, and then on a Saturday, I'll cook barbecue for the guys. And it is a good one.
Has anyone rated your cooking thus far?
I'm number one. There have been several other cooks here, but apparently
they got sacked and you kept it.
At the end of the day, I'll wait for them at the end of the day when they all come out of their machine, and we'll have a bit of a laugh, and I'll give them a pat on the back. A little bit of a pat in the back goes a long way.
From our perspective downstream, I can't commend you to enough. Really do thank you for being out here, for 7 months. Everything I've sent your way, you've taken up, and you've challenged yourselves, especially you, Jerome. You've really challenged yourself on this.
Appreciate it.
From what I can see and the expectations that the clients put on us, we've ticked every single box. So a huge thanks from myself and the team in the office. Massive project completed, so we're at 95% complete.
95%, yep.
So what, 2 weeks from finish?
Yeah.
And Logos are absolutely wrapped with us. Thanks so much, guys, and thanks to the team, and we really appreciate everything you've done.
Good on you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks, guys.
Yeah.